Here, Outlandish, yeah, baby.
What's
Let's
up?
go.
What's
Episode
up?
15. You already know. It like, subscribe, comment, notification bell. Hit that so you know when we come live. 7:30 p.m. on Fridays. Let us know how the audio is working. I do see everything is looking good on my end, but of course, you know how it sounds. We got to check that out. Actually, Outlandish is going to check that out right now to double check. But episode 15 will contain the recap, not primarily. There's a lot of other things that happened this week, but mainly it's the recap of E3, which went from Saturday on to, I think, the end of the day on Wednesday, and they had the official EA up, and it works. So cool. We got the audio working. So again, thank you guys. Thank you for subscribing to our channel. We want to be doing this at all, and with the niche, I wouldn't say niche market, but like the way we explain the things, you guys see it and you guys love it. So sharing is caring at the end of the day. And again, thank you for all the subscribers on the Facebook that follow the page, on Twitch and on YouTube and on TikTok as well. So E3 recap, okay? E3 went down. It was cool. It was nice.
It was
Spectacular. Now here's the thing. We couldn't catch Saturday. We live streamed on Sunday, which we did, but unfortunately, thank you for those that watched it, live stream with us, and shoot the ish with us, but they have a copyright claim on both. Obviously, I have to get that resolved, so after this conclusion of episode 15, I'm going to go report that so everybody can see our reactions right then and there. We did have constructive criticism within our comments, which is great, so keep that up, because we're always looking to grow at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. We couldn't catch Monday and Tuesday, but Tuesday was really good. So you want to start that out first, or you want to go from the Saturday and
We'll
work
go
it?
from the Saturday and then we'll work it up
Okay,
to
so
that,
Saturday was which? It was Ubisoft and Gearbox, which I personally didn't.
Gearbox, it was really nothing on Gearbox, honestly.
And VR, we watched that as well, but that, like, we had like a little party going on, and we caught that. We don't know exactly the games that were shown off, but again...
But yeah, so pretty much for Ubisoft, they showed off, of course, gameplay of the new Rainbow Six Extraction, formerly known as Quarantine.
Yep.
Now it's called Extraction. So they showed some gameplay. They definitely taken a different route with this one, because with Rainbow Six, it's always the realistic,
which I wish they
thing.
kept.
It's
to
always
be completely honest
it's
with
always
you.
like military, realistic, and all that. And this one is more. I mean, they still have the whole military thing with it. Like you can still do like the whole squads and all that type of stuff, and like controlling and all that.
Yeah.
But everything is like you're killing like pretty much mutated like zombies type of thing.
Yeah.
Because it's caused like it's kind of like a end of the world type of situation. These monsters are getting infected by this like gas or something like that, and they're turning into like zombies. It's your job to pretty much kill them. So it's pretty much that. They are focusing still a lot of the thing, and they have like all kinds of. They showed all the different kind of enemies they have: the grunt, the sprawl, the rocksmith, which is pretty much like the tiny enemies, the big enemies. Like you can tell like what it shows on all that, and like it looks pretty cool for what it is.
Looks cool, but I'm not okay.
It's
don't crucify me, but I'm not a fan of zombies on Call of Duty at all. So I'm the worst person to speak on that. So to see Rainbow Six do that, I feel like they're reaching to reach a certain market. That's my problem. A lot of people are going to love it, but I feel that's something that's not going to go right with me, you know? So, wait, are you fixing the camera there? Oh, cut off. All right. You want to make sure. Oh, my God, you too up. Jesus Christ. You got to let me know, man. There you go. No, you went up to the point like you got wall. Like, there you go.
Yeah, my head was cut off.
Yeah, okay. So you want to make sure he good. You know what I'm saying? You want to make sure he good. He's swabbing. He's swabbing.
But anyway, you don't like those.
So I don't like it, but like, I don't like how they're reaching for that market. Yeah. But it is a new twist, so there's going to be a lot of people. But I think the core people are going to try to figure out, will this be something that they're going to go moving forward, or this is just one done? Let's go back to the original.
But yeah, so pretty much, this game used to be another game. They turned it into a Rainbow Six. I'm trying to remember what was the name of the other game.
Quarantine. No, it was Rainbow Six Quarantine, but you said it was another game?
No, this game was supposed to be another game altogether. It wasn't even supposed to be a Rainbow Six altogether.
Oh, okay.
So they kind of changed it to that. So that's probably why it's so different and everything.
But I wonder
like that.
why they did it.
That's what
why
I'm
they
trying to
changed.
figure out. It's kind of weird, but I remember reading that. I was like, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they showed that off. That's how they started. Then of course they talked about new DLC for the Rainbow Six Siege, because you know the one that's already been out.
Yes. Yeah.
And then they got into more of like kind of like DLC stuff, which is like The Crew 2, Brawlhalla, Watch Dogs, you know, all DLC stuff, because we already know. Valhalla, they're still going to keep up with the second one, so there's going to be no new Assassin's Creed.
Yep.
They're going to go another year, which is going to be more DLC. Looks pretty cool.
Yeah, but so is it usually Assassin's Creed every year?
Usually, for the most part.
But now it's not.
They
sort of.
decide they're going to go a second year
Good.
and just stick with Valhalla.
Good.
Which is good because they don't have to rush the new
and it's
Assassin's
like
Creed.
build anticipation within the actual Assassin's Creed. Like
I'm kind of
build
wondering
it
what's
up.
going to be the new world, because Assassin's Creed has done everything. So I'm just like kind of
So
curious.
far,
like,
so far.
I mean, I enjoy some of the, not all of them, but some of the Assassin's Creed I enjoy.
Yeah.
Like, I loved 3. I loved Origins. So, yeah, there's some I enjoyed. So we'll see about that. And then they showed...
No Rain Man, right? Showing off, huh?
None.
Watch Dogs, they kept on Watch Dogs Legion and their downloadable content as well.
Yeah, they showed that Watch Dogs, and of course they showed Just Dance 2 2022, which I'm personally excited about. But they also showed one singer that I like, Todrick Hall. He's actually has a new song on there.
Let
that's
my
like
fat
kind
ass
of
dance. I can't be doing that.
They showed
Todrick.
Todrick.
Listen, I don't like dancing to it. That's just me.
Todrick Hall, which is like one of my favorite pop artists. He has a song on there which is like kind of like a remake of a song he released a couple of years ago.
Cool.
Nails, hair, hips, feet, something like that. I forgot the name. I love the song. It's like
some body part.
It's like one of my favorite songs.
Some body part
love
song.
That song. So he's doing like a version of it on the Just Dance 2, which was pretty cool. Comes out later this year, obviously. And of course, one of the big things that they showed, which got leaked earlier that morning, was Mario and Rabbids.
Yeah.
Time and Space.
I think that was their highlight video.
It was.
I think that
it was
the
supposed to be a
highlight
huge.
trailer,
It was called Sparks
you know?
of Hope. It was supposed to be a huge thing, but it got leaked.
That's crazy.
I felt bad. It was like, it was. And the messed up thing, it wasn't like Ubisoft did. Nintendo did it by accident.
They did?
They basically, what they do on the website, they have
no.
it set up that as soon as something gets announced, it'll pop up on the website to say you could pre-order it, all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
They set it up at a different time, and it made it come up early.
Damn Nintendo! And you know what? You can't even get mad at Nintendo because like that's your partnership. Like
But
why you get
it's
mad
still
over?
Ubisoft. It's like that would have been a big thing for
that's a
Ubisoft.
bad
I mean,
hit.
it's still good. The game looks awesome.
yeah.
And I think it's gonna be a lot of
It's
fun.
a PR move.
But
Like they
it's a
like,
surprise.
bruh.
It wasn't
Damn.
like we knew, but it was a good surprise. Like it doesn't come out until next year anyway. But it looks like they improved it and made it bigger than the last one, which was already pretty good.
Yeah.
So this one looks like it's gonna be even greater.
So that was their main event type of game.
Pretty much, it was announced last, and they made it like a huge event type of thing. So it was pretty good. I'm excited. Then they showed one last game, which came out of nowhere. Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora.
yes. Damn.
Pandora.
And that's sad because I forgot about that. But it looked good as hell.
Oh, the
looked
trailer
good as
showed.
hell.
It looked great. It's like you were playing the movie.
But I feel like that should just be a movie.
Exactly. It looked like a movie.
That's why I'm like, I didn't think none of it. I was like, oh, that's cool, but it looked delicious.
It looked great, and it's by my Ubisoft, so it's actually pretty cool. Like this is like a new, well, I want to say new IP, but it's like a different thing.
A different take.
Because there was an
different
Avatar,
direction.
There was an Avatar game that came out when the movie came out.
Yeah.
It was awful.
Obviously.
So hopefully this time, maybe, because I don't think it's based off the movie. I think it's based off the world.
Yeah.
They're going to create their own kind of story.
Yep.
Because, there's no...
We'll see. Hopefully that doesn't get canceled.
I'm hoping not. But it says it's coming out in 2022.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's probably going to be late 2022. Let's be real.
Yep.
It's not going to be early.
Give them some room.
Yeah, but I thought that was pretty cool that they showed there. Let's see.
No Splinter Cell.
No Splinter Cell. That's the thing. No Splinter Cell. Remember that game they were announcing?
I wanted Splinter Cell.
I wanted Splinter Cell too.
I wanted
Trust
Splinter
me.
Cell.
I know I wanted Splinter Cell. That's the one I wanted for Ubisoft. But nope, they didn't show that. It was pretty other than the rabbits, it was a pretty weak showcase. Like compared to other years, because Ubisoft actually had some decent years. This year, it's a little too strong for you, huh?
No, it's Crown Apple.
Oh, Jesus, just like dying.
No, not like I got it. I was like, I wasn't prepared. I'm drinking this, and I'm like, that's refreshing. I'm like, but that's just straight. So I'm like, hey, whoa. I'm like, okay, continue.
But yeah, so pretty much it was pretty weak. But other than the whole Mario Rabbids and the little surprise of the Avatar,
Yeah.
I was like, whatever. Like Rainbow Six Extraction, I'm not a fan of it.
It was a good showcase. It wasn't. Again, I wish Avatar was like the second, like the.
Well, there is going to be
wanted that.
You know, there
Black
is going to be a
Sam
second
Fisher.
movie.
Yeah. Done. Splinter Cell. I would have lost there. But now people looked at and went Avatar. Damn. Instead of like surprise fact, they just went. Damn.
Exactly.
Okay. All right.
So
but
now,
kind of lukewarm. EA, none. Nothing.
Nothing at all.
Stupid. But I will say they are paying homage to the GOAT. That unfortunately we aren't based in Massachusetts, and it hurts our prides.
Oh, he's in the Buccaneers now.
Yeah, yo, that dude goes in.
He
Tom Brady. Okay.
We know.
We don't
Originally
hate.
From our state.
We don't hate.
Well, not
He
state,
came
but
from other teams before he went into Patriots and stuck it out. But let the man breathe, and he's doing his thing. But they're paying homage to Tom as well as Patrick Mahomes,
Which is pretty cool.
which is great because you got a young buck,
I was like,
and you got the GOAT, and they both had their clash at Super Bowl, and he's nice. Patrick is very risky.
That's the cover, right? I just want to make
The
sure.
cover is them just sitting there chilling.
Just sitting there. Yeah,
with the
okay,
jerseys.
I was
So
like, okay, that's pretty cool.
That's cool.
That's pretty cool.
But EA is not getting their thing until July 16th.
And they're most likely going to be showing that game off, most likely.
Yeah. It comes out August 20th. And you know what I miss? And now that we're on it, like, and my son loves Madden, and it's not the same. It feels like a mobile game now. I miss going and playing the standard, play a season with your team. You could make your franchise. You could be the coach. That's fine. And just straight online, and you choose a team, the other person chooses a team, and then play. Call me old, because maybe it's baked in within the 16 menus, but I don't find it and I don't see it. So I'm like, I just want to play online with somebody. No, you got to do a play mode. You got to do this with challenges and missions and spend these coins. You got a card, and the card races the attribute for this character you have to customize, but then you got to do this. I just want to play. I want to play a season. I want to do the team. I want to play with the rosters updated and go. And I know they have that. It's hard to get into, and I'm like, so that's why I don't even want to try out the game, because I know it's literally going to be the same old thing from Madden when Lamar Jackson was the cover, and I think it was the previous one. I'm like, I'm going to see it. I'm going to try it, but whatever. Yeah. That's my rant for that. So we're not really going to speak on the VR conference.
Yeah.
We're not going to really speak on the Gearbox. I know that those that look forward to those conferences. We want to speak to the major ones, but what's the but?
The next one will be Microsoft.
Oh, so that's it. That was right next is Microsoft.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So Microsoft, which is Xbox, and their new acquisition of Bethesda.
They started off with Starfield.
How they started off, first off, what they did was it went right to Bethesda. That's the crazy part, because it's like Microsoft conference, and then Bethesda.
Yeah,
with the Microsoft
the main
scene.
guy from Bethesda. What's his name? Forgot his name. Well,
Tim something?
Tim.
Tom something?
Tom something.
Oh, I forgot.
Well, he started off with it, and they showed off Starfield. There was no gameplay, and it wasn't really a trailer.
Just showing you,
it was kind of like
it's
a
coming.
Preview. It says coming, and as we knew, it's going to be an Xbox exclusive.
Yeah.
As we knew was going to happen. We knew this was going to happen because Microsoft bought Bethesda.
And to be honest with you, they shouldn't even apologize. You should know off the strength that was going to happen.
I know they were apologizing about it. I saw that.
They weren't apologizing. They were just like, "Hey guys, just so you know,
we're sorry,
it's an exclusive. I'm sorry to tell you." There's not really apologizing. It's like that's the business. Don't get sensitive about it.
Yeah,
like even I'm like, we know, we get it.
But we do have a date. It's going to be coming November 11th, 2022.
And how do they do that? Right off the date when they
Right off the
that little thing that she hit, a little keypad, and it showed
it. It was cute the way they did that.
Yeah,
I was
that was
like,
cool.
okay, so yeah, it's coming. It's so we're a year and a half away from it still.
Yeah.
But it's nice that we know it's being made. We know they have something up, and we have a release date, which
Yep.
hopefully won't get
So
delayed.
another one that they obviously showed off, Halo Infinite.
I know you must have some things to say
And the
about that.
graphics now look delicious.
So
And-
much better.
And and now it brings me to believe: did they really make the mistake, or did they pitch the previous and taking the risk of pushing it back and bringing out a whole different? Look,
You mean
can't.
the
I'm not going
Sonic
to
the
stream it because I
Hedgehog
don't want a
thing?
copyright claim, like the Sonic the Hedgehog
You
type
mean like
deal.
the Sonic the
But
Hedgehog
then
was
because
the
I
greatest?
get what they wanted to, like the other one compared to what we saw in the conference looked cartoonish compared to what we seen.
Yeah,
what we seen
that was
looked delicious.
The other one looked
and the
at
multiplayer
bots.
looks good in how what they showed off. So you know what?
The
I
other
might,
one looked
I
at
might
so
get
bad.
an S, or I might hold off and wait until it's released on Android devices, aka my T-Vision hub, or TV, because I want to play it. Because this is day one, and not to mention every game that was mentioned is all day one release on Game Pass.
Exactly, which is very,
So it's
which
really
is very
it's heavy.
good.
So I don't need to get an X, Series X, or a Series S to experience day
I just
one
wish
exclusives.
they had more games I would play because I would buy one too, but I just can't play Halo.
So Halo
That's
Infinite got a whole delicious looking view for the game.
Exactly.
And,
And
they showed
then-
off in now it's not Cortana, it's someone else, and does he remember? And I haven't really followed the story since 3.
They brought back Capture the Flag.
Absolutely.
I remember I used to play that with you guys.
Yeah.
I remember
You
that.
weren't like you were playing it because it was so cool and hot at the same
I
time.
mean, we was playing on PC. I remember that.
Yeah,
And we
it
was
was
capture the flag,
Flag.
and they brought it back,
Yeah,
which is pretty
yeah.
cool. I know a lot of people love that.
Oh yeah, Waterhog.
I know you do.
Blood Gulch. Oh man, that
And
was
of course, it looked great. Like,
that's like
all of it
Nuketown.
looked
That's like Nuketown for
fantastic.
Call of Duty. Blood Gulch, Gulch is the Nuketown of Call of Duty.
And then
It is something
frickin'
that's always
Capture
going to be
the
a staple.
flag. I was shocked by the Capture the Flag
Yeah.
thing. I was like,
So they did
okay.
that, and then they showed off their other exclusive, which is Sea of Thieves, but they're partnering with Disney, and they have Pirates of the Caribbean, which
was
actually, I
pretty
don't follow the
cool.
game, I don't play the game,
Yeah.
but to have the partnership with Disney, with the same voice actor, Johnny Depp, to be parrot and be all funny and stuff, that's absolutely awesome.
I thought it was
And
a good
give them
idea.
credit.
Yeah, I
That
thought
was
it was
cool.
good.
That was paying homage, and at the same time, having the same theme of Sea of Thieves as pirates and bringing Jack Sparrow. Right, that's nuts.
Yeah,
That's
I
nuts.
thought that was
I give
actually pretty cool. I love that. And of course, they showed Battlefield gameplay.
Oh yes, and let me get.
I was about to say, please,
so
you gotta
then-
play that, yeah.
And then there was a rumor, of course, they're gonna show Battlefield gameplay because that's one of the hot new shooters, but EA wasn't a part of it at E3, so Microsoft got the blessing. Unfortunately, Sony did not show up whatsoever, and I'm really, really pissed about that. It gave Xbox and Bethesda the whole entire floor for E3. Me personally, until we talked about the last topic under E3, but they showed off Battlefield 2024, Battlefield 2042. Multiplayer only. They will not have a Warzone
Which is
escape
kind of
mode
sad.
yet.
It's kind of sad.
Yeah,
It is.
because you're talking about a price of about $70, and you're not going to have what Call of Duty already has free automatically for any Call of Duty game that's going to come out. So that is a bit disappointing. But Battlefield always done that. They always release the game and multiplayer, boom, and later they release their own Warzone type. So, but now do that when you're only going to release only multiplayer. There's no campaign, so there's like not really an excuse as to why I didn't release that.
They said
That kind of bothers me.
They said they're still gonna have some kind of story, which I don't understand how you can have a story multiplayer like that.
No, they're not going to have a story. They're just telling you what is the plot of the reasons why these factions
Oh,
are
okay.
going
I thought they
against
said
these
there was gonna be
factions.
some kind of story because I was thinking
So
like, how's it gonna be
to
a
give
story
you
with
an
this?
idea, like they're trying to explain the squads that you have to choose are different factions. They're going to say, well, these world powers are the previous NATO of these foreign powers, and then these are the powers. So that explains the squad you're going to be falling into. Nobody gives a shit. They just want to go in, F up, and shoot buildings and tornado flying, jet
Exactly.
stream. So they don't care. But they want to make sure they have that setting. And maybe this is the thing that they'll see and see how the servers react and see how much fun they have, and then scale the Warzone.
It
type
looks
of thing.
good though. I will say that.
Oh,
It definitely does.
And they're gonna have conquest. They're gonna have some other modes that are off the top. I think they're gonna have some like a what do you call it? Kill confirmed type deal.
Mm-hmm.
Kill confirmed is you kill somebody, you have to run and get their tag to get a point. So that's kill confirmed.
And they are doing.
They'll have something like that. Battlefield.
And they're gonna have
2042.
128 hosted players
on Xbox
the,
Series X and PS5. 128 players.
That's awesome.
And they have the biggest map in Battlefield history within this. The Xbox One and the PS4, unfortunately, is capped at 64. Obviously, with the horsepower and whatnot.
I mean, you got the new gen. You can play. You can play. You're good. You're good.
Yeah. Others that don't, Game Pass, and maybe you could be able to Game Pass. I don't know if that would work. That's a good question. With the partnership with EA, with EA Play, can't you Project X Cloud stream the Xbox Series X version and play on a TV?
It's a possibility. I would think so.
Yeah.
I would think so.
So Battlefield got shown off. Forza obviously got shown off.
Gorgeous.
It does look damn good.
Oh my
Real
God.
Good. I'm not really
I'm not
fond
into
of like
those
the
type of
plot
things.
and stuff like
Yeah.
that. I like racing games, but like it's too late. Okay, but it does look good.
It does
as
look
hell.
good. And I do like the fact that pretty much if you play online and stuff, they could just like come in and just race. There's no like set thing. It's just like they just come in and just join you like no matter what. Like
There's no lobby to,
no
to
lobby,
connect
no
to a
nothing, just
server.
join and that's it, done.
Yep.
Which that's actually pretty cool that they're doing that.
Yeah,
I believe that's coming out this year, right?
of course.
Yeah, they always come out.
This year
yearly.
is going to be Xbox this year because you got Halo Infinite, you got Forza, two good straight games, first party for the Xbox brand. So
Now,
I'll give them that.
another one that they showed off, which is coming on the PlayStations 2, is Psychonauts 2, which I'm
yep.
personally excited
Yep.
about that one because I love the first one so much. It's a platformer game, but it basically, you're like these little like guys, and it's like the graphics look so like Tim Burton-esque, which I love. I love the way that looks. And pretty much you go into people's minds, and of course some of the people's minds are just out there because some of the worlds you see, it's like out there. Some of the characters you see are just out there, and I love that. And it looks like it's gonna have like the humor from the first one to the second one, which is great. It's made by Tim Schafer, who's like a huge person who does a lot of these type of really fun, really funny games. So I'm happy that they're doing this, and like I said, I'm happy that Sony's getting it too. But yep, they showed that off, and they have a release date, which is coming out August 25th,
That's
which
good.
is pretty awesome. Which I was happy about that. They also showed off the game which we talked about in our last episode, 12 Minutes.
What is it?
12 Minutes. It's the
Yes,
indie game.
yep,
They
yep.
showed that off too, which they finally showed off the release date, which that's also coming out August 19th. So that's another one coming out for August, PlayStation exclusive.
On my birthday. Yay.
You'll never play it because you don't like those type of games. But
Yeah.
and then they showed off some Fallout 76 expansion packs, DLCs.
Yep.
They showed the first one, which was called, I think it was called Something Siege.
Yeah.
Yeah, they showed that one off, which will come out later this month, I believe. They said it was coming out soon. And then they showed another one, which takes place during the Fallout 3.
Yep.
That's going to come out next year, which they showed like a quick little preview of that
Yep.
one. And then they showed another game which came out of nowhere, and basically people are saying it's the Russian Fallout. Atomic Heart.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, remember that one?
dude.
It came out of nowhere.
That looked good.
Yeah, it's pretty much
That
people are
looked
saying
good,
it's like
bro.
the Russian
Yep.
Fallout.
Yeah, it
Like
looks damn
some
good.
of the characters look weird, which I love.
Yep.
There was like the little yellow robot thing, which looked way weird.
Yep.
And then of course has some like the robots. It has like the
ripped a mechanical heart out or something
exactly.
like that.
It looked good. I don't think we
Really
got a
good.
release date on that one.
We don't.
but
It was just a shown off trailer and
it was
hopes that they follow up with it.
Yeah. Because it
'Cause
looked
that does look good.
interesting. I like the way it looked, and I like the whole fact it takes place in Russia.
Yeah.
Because usually things like that don't happen like
Yep,
that. So
yep.
it takes place in Russia. So it's like, okay, the end of the world type of game. Like it's like it's literally people are describing it as Russian Fallout.
Yeah, that's
And
funny.
That's actually pretty cool that they're doing that. And then of course they showed another game which kind of shocked me because it's actually one of these games that I'm super excited about. It is coming out for the PlayStation also and all that. Ayuden Chronicles. the RPG.
Yes.
They showed that off on the Xbox, which shocked me because I didn't know it was coming off of the Xbox. It's by the same makers who did Suikoden, which is one of my favorite RPGs for the PS1.
Yep.
They're the same makers that have the game doesn't come out until 2023.
Damn.
But the game did first come out on Kickstarter, which
Yep.
I supported because as soon as I saw that trailer, I was like, "Here's my money, take it."
Here,
So
take
I,
it.
So I
take
got
it.
the collector's edition, so I'll be getting that whenever it comes out.
That's support, though. That's support.
As soon as I saw that, it's like they're by the same makers who did Suikoden, which is one of my favorite game series.
Yep.
JRPG of the classic style, which I love that classic style, and it's made by developers who's been making games for a while, so I know I could trust it. That's why, of course, I was going to support it.
Yeah, of course.
So
Why
I
not?
was like-
But 2023, that is a while to wait.
It's a long wait, which is okay because I have a bunch of games to catch up on, so
Clearly, you
it's
do.
fine.
Probably all unopened type of games.
A lot.
Yeah.
So and
That's
then,
called being a true collector.
And then they showed like that off. Hate that spider they showed there. Hated it.
Obviously.
Hated it.
Yep.
Now, what they closed it off with, which was actually Redfall. You remember that one?
Yeah, that looked
It
cool.
looked awesome.
You know what it reminds me of?
It actually
when I
looks
watched
pretty
that,
cool.
it reminded me of, and I used to play with Vinny the Rager. Shouts out to Vinny the Rager. Hunter the Reckoning for the Xbox.
That's what it reminded me too.
Yep, it reminded me the way I think how it's gonna go is you're gonna have one screen, everybody's gonna see each other, action-packed, bloody mess. And it reminded me of Hunter the Reckoning.
And for the trailer, it looked awesome. It looked comedy.
Yeah, comedy. Projected release date 2023.
2022.
Okay, all right.
So it is it's probably most likely to be the end of the year because they just started, they just showed it off.
Yeah.
But this was a nice, and obviously it's gonna be an exclusive. But this was a nice little surprise from
It was.
Xbox. I was like,
Yep.
okay, this
Something
one
to
actually
look
looks-
forward to
I
in
like
hopes
the
that it
whole
could be a
fact
staple
that
of,
it's pretty much like those type of look great. Like, so it was fantastic. So Xbox?
So Xbox and Bethesda did come strong.
They did. I will say that. I will say not a lot that I would.
7.5 billion takeover of Bethesda, but then it showed some nice games with just straight games, which I respect.
Yeah, it was 30.
obviously.
They showed off 30 games.
Yep.
So they showed off
and
a
out
lot
of 30
of games.
games, 27 of them will be on Game Pass.
Exactly. It'll be
So that is
day
automatically
one. Game Pass.
day one.
Day one.
So that's automatic. Epic.
Yeah,
So,
they seem like
like-
they're definitely focusing on Game Pass.
Yeah, so
and
their
I don't
direction,
blame you.
their direction is looking real smooth to get people to hop into the Xbox ecosystem, just like how
Exactly.
Apple gets into the Apple ecosystem.
We're not done yet.
Nothing happened Monday.
We're not
right?
done yet.
So I left. I had a personal thing to get to, and so it was outlandish.
And Big
And
Joe.
our boy Big Joe, he was here, and they were hanging out watching us Square Enix, and I chimed in a little chat to see what was happening. I went through the Twitter, I checked out other stuff, but I didn't really know the outcome.
Disappointed in that whole conference. Oh my.
Saved,
Exactly.
saved
It did
the
not.
whole
So-
entire. it,
let
did,
me-
it did not. So that's it.
Let me go into the like. I have things to say.
See,
So-
it was so bad we totally forgot about it.
So, it started off with the new people who did Marvel Avengers. We know how that went, but let's not go there. So they showed off that. They showed off gameplay. They showed off the character. They showed off the story. They showed
It's
off
like they're forcing
things.
us to sell that product when you
But
know
do
good
you
and well
know-
it failed.
But do you know
It was
how
the
long
biggest
it
loss
lasted?
of Marvel Avengers
Exactly.
for their actual income by supporting backing just because off the name. It's because they don't have the same exact people in the movie, bro. That's exactly what's happening.
So now, do you know how long that thing lasted? Almost 25 minutes of a 45-minute showcase.
Are you kidding?
25 minutes was focused on Guardians of the Galaxy.
That's even less than Sony's State of Play Horizon.
It-
Horizon was 15 minutes.
It showed, and I'm not gonna deny,
20
it definitely looks
It looks good.
It looks a lot better than the Avengers. I will say that. It definitely did.
25 minutes?
It was almost 25 minutes. They were focusing
What,
on that
24
game.
minutes and 59 seconds?
It was like 23 minutes.
Oh my
something like
God.
that. But yeah, they were focusing. They showed the characters off. They showed the gameplay off. They showed the things Mainly, you're gonna be using Star-Lord, but you can use your other teammates to do like how you use the same characters because
I don't know why.
It's licensing.
I don't know why. They should have acquired the license if you can already play Marvel Avengers.
So the characters definitely look different. I'm not
Yeah.
right? Yeah, Drax
He looked weird.
Look kind of weird. It definitely looks a lot better than, in my opinion, Avengers. It definitely did. But
23 minutes though, when you know it already lost income, they gotta toss that.
October. Yes.
October?
October 26th. Yeah, October 26th. It's going to be coming out this year. And you know what else they showed right after that? On the Wakanda, which I will say looks awesome. That's the one that's getting me, like, it actually is kind of exciting. Like, I still probably won't get the game, but it's making me actually think about
You don't need to
getting
get the game. PlayStation now has it on PlayStation Now.
Right. So
Yeah.
I could play the Wakanda thing. Okay, that's good.
So PlayStation Now, you go and you play.
Because I kind of like how the Wakanda one looks like, and because I'm a huge fan of Black Panther. It's one of my favorites so much. So that's why I was happy about it. So that one looks pretty cool, but like I said, it's another like 5 minutes. Then, what they showed nothing. It was lasted like 30 seconds.
Oh my god!
And it's going to be only on this Final Fantasy 1 through 6.
Oh yeah, okay.
But they're like doing another Final Fantasy app. They showed some DLC for that.
Okay.
And then they stopped that. And then they showed. I
mentioned the acquisition, but if it's not an acquisition, at least show off part 2, show everyone what it is, and then the theme song, the armory. As soon as it hits, you see the high wind come down, and you look to the side, and when that song drops, Ultimate Weapon, and then they have the Ultimate Weapon fighting scene. Boom, give us a release date. Y'all would have saved it, but no, y'all want to do some Marvel Avengers for 23 minutes and then hit it with some of the DLC.
Which was a game which is by Square Enix.
Yeah.
The game looked great, but it just came out of nowhere. First off, and it didn't show too much. But
didn't we talk about how their Platinum Games' secret weapon was going to be Bayonetta 3, and it was like, what if it's just Babylon Fall?
And look what it was. It was Babylon Fall. That's what it was. I'm not gonna deny
it did look
that.
good. Yep.
I would play
I know
it.
I've seen that.
That definitely looks like something I would play.
Absolutely.
Which I'm excited about. And like I said, it's by the same makers who did Nier Automata, which I love that game.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, this should be good. I'm excited about that. That was like, okay, great. Not gonna save a whole conference, but it was great. But then they also showed off Life is Strange, the True Colors, and remastered, which I was already excited about that. I'm getting those games.
I was even intrigued on that, so I just wanted to wait. I want the game to come out so I can play.
They come out both in September. So
Is it September? I thought it was
September
July.
30th for the True Colors, September 30th for the remaster.
Hey, by the way, did you crack open Ratchet and Clank yet? Did you pick it up?
I picked it up. I didn't crack it open yet. I'm going to do it on Sunday.
Okay.
I've been so busy. They ended off with something that kind of came out of nowhere. I was not expecting this. It's by Square Enix and Team Ninja.
Which I heard that it didn't work, so they hacked.
So it's of the first Final Fantasy, but it's decent. Not the biggest fan of how the main character, I forgot his name. I can't think of it right now.
They said that he looked like
he basic. He looked basic. He looked
basic.
like a 30-year-old basic.
He didn't look
dude.
like a Final Fantasy. He looked like he should be in Ninja Gaiden.
Exactly. He looks,
you know, like that
so
type
basic.
of. Yeah.
It's like
people didn't.
I'm hoping
like that.
It will change.
No, it won't.
But the demo, it was fun.
Is it?
It played a lot like a Ninja Gaiden game.
Really? Did? That's cool.
It's a lot of fun, a lot of action.
Yeah.
Looks a lot of fun. The last boss was pretty hard in that thing.
Yeah, they said that it was like crazy hard.
Like I'm not gonna be 100% like satisfied with it because it's definitely a different route than Final Fantasy usually takes.
Yeah.
But it was like so funny, the memes that came from it. I was like laughing at so much about it.
But I do have a question. Wasn't there other another action game under Final Fantasy? Final Fantasy Type 0?
It was an RPG. It's action, but it had fluid action.
Got it.
Type 0 wasn't. It was action, but it wasn't like fluid action.
Got it. Yeah.
So they gave it a 2022 date. It's Square Enix, so I will trust that as much as I would trust eating.
Yeah, they do.
So I'm not. I'm hoping for 2022, but let's be real. It's Square Enix.
Yeah. Yeah. We don't know. So.
So anyway, so that was pretty much that. Monday nothing really happened.
It was supposed to be Sony. It's supposed to be Sony.
They
but they went ahead and
they
didn't
did
do anything.
Capcom, which was a pretty
Stupid.
it was pretty
Yeah.
much nothing thing.
It's pretty much a nothing burger.
Pretty much, it's coming out soon. You get to play it as good as they thought it was because I don't think they were playing on DLC because the way they ended it, there was like DLC is starting to be made. So I don't think they were working on DLC until they saw how popular Village was,
Yep.
and then it was like, oh shit,
Oh,
let's
damn,
get
we
some.
gotta put out-
We have to get some DLC
We
done.
gotta put out something like, hey, by the way, we're gonna expand the stuff.
It was
Just so
literally
you
a
know.
black screen and white text saying they're working on some DLC. I was laughing.
Yeah,
I was like,
that's clearly obvious.
oh god. And then they showed off gameplay for the Great Detective.
Right.
Yeah, Phoenix Wright. It's called The Great Detective because this takes place a prequel to before all the other games, which
Yeah.
looks pretty cool. Esports. They were saying like, stuff like what teams are going to be and all
okay.
that stuff. So I was
Yeah.
like, I wasn't really paying attention.
Things that
and
we,
then,
it's popular. We know, we get it. We are in that. We know, but
and then that's pretty much it. That was Capcom.
Wow.
It was pretty lackluster.
E3 was all over the place this year. To be honest with you, it was all over the place. It's usually a lot structured. There was more EA, there was more Sony.
Mm-hmm.
But let's get into the meat and potatoes, and this is where you come in.
So Tuesday
Hold
happened.
on, let me stop. Before Tuesday happened, my kids are playing Injustice, and they're going back. Oh my God. Anywho, okay, Tuesday.
So Tuesday happened. So of course, Nintendo Direct had to frickin' show up and show out these guys.
Yep.
Okay, so let me start
And
from
it
the
was,
beginning.
and I will say that even
They started off with the Super Smash Bros. Reveal.
obviously,
And
let's go.
What they showed off.
Let's go.
What they showed off was that came out of nowhere.
And then when he sat there like this, he folded his arms, and I wish I did, because those are the type of moments I would love. But then I'm going through, and then Outlanders didn't tell me anything, and I love those types of moments. And then when I looked through on YouTube, I said, Kazuma. So then I hit it. I'm like, my man's taking bodies and throwing them in the volcano.
Throwing them off the freaking
and he
volcano.
did this. Because I think maybe you can.
They chose Kazuma because he's in all of them pretty much.
Kazuma is technically the
yeah.
main person
Exactly.
because his son is Jin.
Yeah.
And I love Jin.
I know.
Kazuma, and then his father,
Heihachi
Heihachi.
is in there
So I'm
too.
thinking if you play, you unlock Heihachi too, because it did show about with both of them.
Yeah.
That was cool.
That
I
looked
wish I
cool.
watched the
And
actual
they,
direct.
and they showed like his fighting style. It played looked exactly like it was you playing a Tekken game. I was like, oh my god!
The same exact
They was
combo.
showing
If you're
the-
familiar with Kazuma, he's from Tekken. He has the same exact 10-hit combo.
Trailer later in the month of the
Oh, really?
character, so they'll probably show a release date at that time.
It's got to be this year, though. It's got to be. Like
It's
probably
gotta
like
be,
September.
yeah. I'm pretty sure it'll probably be around there. But
Yeah.
that was pretty awesome. And then the next one they showed off was a cute little animated trailer. I was like, oh, I remember those characters. Those are characters from Life is Strange. Life is Strange, True Colors, and the remastered
Yeah.
are coming on the Switch. I did not know it was coming on the Switch.
Ah,
So
okay.
they're coming on the Switch. So they showed that trailer off. It was quick, 2 seconds. Boom, bam, bam. They just want to say, okay, it's coming on the Switch. Next. Then they showed Enix.
Yep.
Worms, the Worms game, which I don't know if you remember that thing. It's like one of the like shooter type of things.
No.
That's coming out this year too. A game called Astria looks pretty awesome. Love the graphic, the way it looks like. That's also coming out.
Oh, can we mention back? Rewind back, because there was it's notable. Kazuma's trailer announcement, he tossed Kirby,
Oh my god, that was so.
and then he was
funny.
like, yeah. And in the background, he's saying, go, I'm like, they had to put the Nintendo into a V-Tekken.
That's it. The
Absolutely,
game
that's
releasing-
simple.
It's a remix of this year, October. That was Party, Mario
like-
Party,
yep.
Superstars.
Superstars. I thought it was
Which
Super
is-
something deluxe.
Which is
One of my fat ass always thinks
kind
about
of
food.
like a remake of the first 3 games
Yeah.
combined together. They're gonna have all the maps from the
With
previous
like more
games
additional stuff, right?
and 100 mini games from all the past games, all updated.
Man, I have a story to tell
Online
y'all.
play.
I'll wait until you're
yeah.
done. I'll tell
It's
my
gonna have
story.
Online play. It looks awesome, and I'm super with 29.
Oh, it comes
which
out.
is Mario Party.
So we had a lit night. And shouts out to all my friends that are checking this out either now or in the future, because yes, they were a part of it. Mario Party 8, you play and you get mini games and you play. we made it a drinking game. And years ago, Mario Party 8, when did that come out? Played that. So, anywho,
Yeah.
we played it and we're like, yeah, hey, every big star we get, I did one, I did two, fine. And this is, yep, I used the bullet bill.
Which,
I was
just
like,
so you know, when you have a bullet bill and you hit someone, you take 2 of their stars.
yep.
Continue.
I ran over 2 individuals in that game. That is a total of 4 stars. So 4 stars is 4K, gyroscope, everything. I had to burn that excess heat. My chest will hurt. It was a crazy, crazy
He was
Mario Party
feeling
8
so
experience.
hot.
And then the next day, into the RMV to renew my Metroid.
And then, so first they started off with they are working on Metroid Prime 4. They're working on that, which is fantastic. I love that. But then they said,
And I didn't realize that Prime was a whole separate series. I thought it was all just
it's
the
a
same.
whole separate series. So now I'm going to tell you the reveal. Then I'll give you the backstory. So what the reveal was, they're working on a new Metroid title. Here it is. I was like a gray background and everything. You see her in her like outfit, and then they showed off Metroid 5, and I'm like, what? That's the first thing about what? And then they show gameplay of it, like Metroid Prime
Hell
Days,
yeah, hell
which
yeah.
I freaking loved.
Hell yeah.
And then they would kept showing it and showing it, and then she got caught by the creature, and then and then he was about to attack her. Then it showed. I was at work, so I couldn't like lose it.
And then they ended it with Metroid
So
Dread.
that connect all.
They understand, especially for the previous
We
generations
have
of
to talk
Nintendo
about us.
consoles.
That came out in the Super Nintendo. Then Metroid Fusion came out for the GBA, which is now this Metroid Dread. Originally, the game was supposed to come out in around 2004 2005, which was first announced. What happened was originally it was supposed to come out for the DS, and it was supposed to be a sequel to Fusion, which is Metroid 4. It kept getting delayed. It kept getting pushed back. It kept getting like pushed back, and then eventually around 2010, it got canceled.
Then it's game over.
And it was game over, so we thought, okay, that's not happening. I guess we're not going to get a true 2D Metroid again. It's going to all be 3D because they want to focus on Metroid Prime now. Then this trailer came out, and now they showed that, and then of course they showed more gameplay, more things. You could do all the stuff that you literally could do in Super Metroid, but prettier. This game, oh my god, it looks fantastic. I love the whole scare factor of it. The way they was showing the creature like chasing you. So you have that scare factor that you have to like run away from that. Because there's no way to defeat this creature. At least it looks from the trailer.
Yeah, yeah.
There's
but-
no way
yeah.
to defeat this creature. So you have to run. And there's enemies you fight and all that. It's like Metroid fans were losing it with this trailer because we thought
Who's Robin? Jeez. Okay.
Okay.
I was like, I looked at it.
Okay, so pretty much it's like Metroid fan 3D. That's it.
Yeah, because even I didn't realize they were 2 separate things. Prime, I thought, was just the actual Metroid
No, it's separate
because it's first-person shooter, and then it showed Metroid. Because when I seen it through Twitter, I was like Metroid 5, and then Dreads. I'm like, is that 2 separate games? Like I didn't catch it because I obviously didn't watch it.
Well, now
So now I'm realizing they said Metroid 5, haha, and then strung your ass, and when it said, oh, by the way, Dreads.
as soon as they
And
like,
that's crazy.
I went crazy. I was like, oh my god!
And it does look good, like the old school with the slide.
Exactly.
Yo,
You get
that-
to slide. You get to do all that moves. Oh my god!
My son's
And
gonna enjoy that game. When does it come out?
October 8th.
Oh, this year.
Yes, and
Yes.
it's gonna come up with some amiibos too, which is the robot, which is
Yep.
called like Ami or something like that.
Yeah.
And Samus with her new suit. I'm getting those obviously first day. I'm so excited for this game, and it comes out this year. This year, like this is gonna hold us
So-
off until Metroid Prime 4 comes out.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
oh my god, I was
It
so
does
happy.
look real good though,
Oh.
and it's great that they did
It
because
just
I
came
think
out
that's
of
gonna really
nowhere.
hold everybody over, and it's so different. It's gonna sell well.
It literally came out of nowhere. That's why that's why
Factors, but I will say that is one hot random game that they showed off
exactly. That's what I'm like.
that a lot of people were quietly anticipating.
Exact came out of nowhere.
Well, I'm glad you hit me to that because I was very ignorant when it comes to that. I just thought Prime was just the continuation of the original Metroid, and I didn't realize it was two separate things. So you educated me on it, so now I get it.
So now, then the next they showed off was Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, which is all the sagas.
Yep.
It's coming out to Switch.
Yep.
Which is pretty cool that they're having
that's cool.
that. So it's
Makes
pretty,
sense, right?
It's all the sagas and all that, Cell Saga, Frieza Saga, all Android Saga, all the sagas. So it's pretty cool that they're having that. That's coming out for the thing. And they also showed Monster Hunter Stories 2, which is an RPG that I'm excited about. They showed some more multiplayer too, which is pretty awesome. And a demo comes out the 25th, so you can try it out.
Okay, cool.
Try it. So
That's
it's
cool.
pretty cool. And I'm okay. Let's do WarioWare. So they're releasing a new WarioWare game. And it's gonna have all the micro games.
It is a very quirky, random game.
And they're gonna have two. Awesome. So it comes out this year, which I love. And then the next one they showed, which this is the one I was like really, really, really excited about. Shin Megami Tensei 5.
That, when I seen that on Twitter, I'm like, he's gonna announce Nintendo has won the whole entire year, because I still remember me getting
It's a Switch exclusive.
Shin Megami 5.
Tensei 5.
Wow, that's crazy.
So looks amazing. So the art
cover.
Yeah, exactly.
That was it. Yeah.
That was one of my favorite games. Pretty much, but it's like different kind of design, but they're dark, but they're really good. And what I love about this is it's an open world, so you'll be able to fight enemies. It's still turn-based fighting, which I still like. I like to keep it old school like that.
I'm glad they continue to still do that.
Exactly. And you'll be able to befriend monsters. You could catch monsters and get monsters to join your team, and you could combine monsters to make them stronger.
Mm-hmm.
So you can make more powerful. So it's actually pretty awesome, which is awesome. And I'm so happy to have fusions, recruits, and this thing at all. But that's also coming out this year too. Yeah, Nintendo's having all my money this year. And then they showed another game which I was not expecting to come in, because this was on the PS Vita, PSP, and the PlayStation.
Yep.
Danganronpa. It's a kind of like a dark puzzle type of game. It's pretty much you have to figure out who has committed the murders and why.
Yep.
You have to figure that out and find out who's doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And there are 3 games in the series. They're releasing it all in the game, and they're releasing that on top of
another thing.
So
y'all don't want to speak about what happened with the Wii U.
Fatal Frame, Maiden of the Black Water, is now coming out to Switch now.
Wow! So all the success that they thought the Wii was gonna have, with the Wii U was gonna have, goes right to Switch.
So now that's also coming out this year, and it's pretty much the same game out on the Wii U. It's a ghost game, and the way to fight the enemies is using a camera, because you take pictures of it. I don't know if you ever played the Fatal Frame series before.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
I've heard about it.
So it's a really good game, really scary, and pretty much your only
Isn't
defense.
it like Silent Hill with the camera?
Pretty much. Think of it
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
like
yeah.
that. But it's really good, and I'm excited for that one. Also comes out this year. They didn't give it an exact for the Switch.
Yep.
And they're also
That's
releasing.
gonna be addictive. Especially for the Switch, it's mobile.
Exactly. So it's pretty cool that they're doing that. Strange Brigade, which is kind of like an action type, they'll be showing that. So they showed that. That comes out next year. And then another surprise, which I was not expecting, Advanced Wars remakes 1 and 2 are coming out on the Switch December of this year. It's crazy. I don't know if you guys know what the Advanced Wars series is. It was on the GPA. Both games haven't really made a game. They made one for the DS.
Maybe the Switch can.
That's coming out. The Zelda stuff. So the first Zelda actually came out already. Yeah, it came out on the 18th. So
Oh yeah,
it came out.
should be today. Yep.
Yeah. So it came out. You get to ride a bike, and you have new weapons and stuff,
That's
which
cool.
looks pretty cool.
And I posted on Twitter. I was like, it's kind of cute how they're diving into the Nintendo finally doing DLC on a regular.
Exactly. Showed some more information on that. Pretty much same thing. Comes out next month. Looks good. I'm definitely be getting that. And then they showed something similar to what they did with the Mario. They're doing it for the Zelda 2. It's the little Zelda Game & Watch.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Which
yeah,
is
yeah.
the little thing. They did that for Mario last year for his anniversary. So for Zelda, they're doing it for this one.
Yeah.
They have the first Legend of Zelda game, Zelda 2, and Link's Awakening, the GBA. So they have all that in that little thing, which is pretty cool. And they have like a clock on it and everything like that. It's pretty cute, little collectible thing. Comes out this year also, which is pretty good. Two, gameplay. They were showing like some of the powers that he has now, which means he can control time. It looks like either forward or back. He able to travel through like walls and like floors and stuff like that. He turns into liquid, so it looks pretty cool, and it looks like sky and the ground.
Cool.
Seems like they're adding that. They didn't give it a specific date, but they did say it's coming out next year.
Okay.
2020.
They did.
They did.
But it seems like Nintendo really got the upper hand with
Nintendo.
multiple releases for this year, not to mention wowing people's faces
Exactly.
with
This year, we're going to get Metroid. This year, we're going to get WarioWare. This year, we're getting a new Advance Wars. This year, we're getting a new Mario Party game. New Pokemon game. All of that. New Monster Hunter game. All of that is coming out this year.
So y'all better grab that Switch.
So they pretty much made sure, Nintendo made sure to focus on
This year, yep.
They're going to kill it.
I think Sony's going to be lagging this year. And it
It's
sucks
going
because
to
it's like
kill
their system is very on demand, very demand.
Yeah.
But this really, compared to what Nintendo's got in store and then Xbox has got in store, Sony, because they didn't happen.
Exactly. So, but yeah. So pretty much, that was the last of the E3. So overall, in my opinion, I know you have yours, and I'll have you say yours.
Yeah.
It was disappointing, E3 for the most part, but it was to be expected. There was a whole year of a pandemic.
Yep.
Slowed everything down. So honestly, I was not expecting much from this E3. I was not.
Yeah.
Not at all. But as a whole, it was pretty much what I expected.
Yeah.
They showed some good titles. They showed some titles that got delayed or waiting until next year. They didn't show a ton of stuff, but they were coming back after a year of a pandemic when nothing was happening.
It did good.
It wasn't bad. Yes,
It did good. It wasn't bad.
It wasn't
did
bad.
Good.
But I think people had a lot of expectations. I was like telling people like that's not going to happen. You do understand there was literally nothing happening next year. People couldn't work on games or anything because
Of the pandemic. Now, I know we just pulled a Square Enix and spoke on one. Yes.
Oh yeah, you could speak.
You could get PlayStation Plus and which is fine. But here's the thing. Oh, hold up. Let me get this real quick here. Oh. Anywho, so yeah, they went ahead and had their own conference. We're gonna be the full gamers.
Well, I guess we'll find out on that one.
We find it because we haven't seen any game that got pulled from so much scrutiny.
You got
And
a lot
now,
of scrutiny.
because I ain't paying for that game.
I'll buy it if it's like $20 or $30. That's the most I'll pay for it.
Even I
Just
would.
mainly to have it in my collection. Mainly.
Now let's go to speak on this, which I always keep forgetting to hide it before I do it. Medium. Medium is now going to be, how would I say this? The exclusiveness is no longer
No longer anymore.
until September, because now it just got announced to be on the PlayStation 5 and 4 on September 3rd.
Yep.
September 3rd.
September 3rd is actually going to be released, which honestly,
It's funny because I have it on the Game Pass. I just never played it because I downloaded my PC.
I honestly did want to try the game, but I didn't want to buy a whole system just to play the game.
Yeah, and I already paid for a service that I downloaded, but I just don't want to connect my laptop to the TV.
But yeah, so it's pretty cool. I know it's a horror game.
It's like, it's a good game.
Yeah, it didn't get
overall.
It,
didn't
yeah,
get,
it,
you know, but
we are going to have. I like to see what they do with that.
that's pretty good. That would be cool. So now we're gonna talk about the potential release date of the PlayStation VR 2. We don't know officially what that name is going to be. But we're showing off, I think was it Bloomberg? I think it was Bloomberg that is.
Yeah, it was Bloomberg who said that
2022 holiday
season. Yep.
holiday.
It seems very logical. Something
It
like
does,
that
because
coming out on a holiday would be perfect.
E3 is over. Nothing really shown off of VR that was spectacular.
Yeah, it was some good games, but
So
nothing
we
like
can
that,
wait.
like, yeah.
Nothing too epic. Well, maybe they're trying to wait to make it wireless because now they have steep competition.
No,
now.
it's not.
But
going
I
to
was
be
told
wireless.
one wire.
It's going to be one wire. Yes, one wire.
Maybe they might change it up. We don't know.
But right now, as of right now, it's
one wire.
Yeah.
And it will be partnering with Samsung, making the OLED screens within the actual VR headset too. So that's a big plus. That's a big plus on that.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, they're gonna do the whole OLED. It's gonna be Samsung display. So
yep.
yep,
Samsung
all
displays
that.
within the actual VR OLED, which brings out more deeper blacks within the actual image that you see.
Which is pretty good to have that with the whole like when you have
just
VR
don't
and
keep
all
it
that.
on the same screen the whole entire time. You'll get a potential screen burn. That's the only issues with OLED. Other than that, OLED is a supreme top tier panel and screen to date. Still, it's so popular that other TV manufacturers go about mimicking said technology. LG is the pioneer. I think some other OLED TVs are always going to be expensive, and Samsung only mimics their OLED technology and make it close with QLED, which is a mimic of LCD lights and how they. It's not true OLED compared to what LG brings off. So now Sony with the small OLED, we all know it's going to be an OLED because they pioneered that with iPhones. We go look at the iPhone and see a trailer looks way better than what you would see on a TV. Even though it's a small screen, fine. But seeing the texture and the colors and the blacks coming out, phone's showing it more because it's an OLED display.
Exactly.
So so quick little snippets of what happened this week besides the E3.
Because it was
recap,
mainly E3. It wasn't a ton of things this week.
Because every news that we wanted was already shown off.
Yeah. So we could talk about Everwild next.
What is it?
Everwild,
What is that?
the Xbox exclusive by Rare.
You can speak on that. I don't even think I got an image for it.
Oh, I thought you did. Okay.
Nope, I did not.
So anyway, so
Things,
you want to talk about that game, Everwild? This was going to be Rare's new game. As you know, Rare is bought by Xbox and focusing on Sea of Thieves right now. But Everwild was going to be their new game. It now got delayed to 2024.
God, damn. Damn.
Not even 23, 24.
Don't even talk about the game. I don't know why we're even talking about it.
Well,
Jesus.
because originally it was supposed to come out.
2024, bro?
Exactly. It got delayed because they had got a new creative lead, Greg Miles, which is a senior into the thing. He's done the Donkey Kong Country series, the Banjo series, and Sea of Thieves, which all by Rare.
Obviously now.
All great games.
Yeah.
Originally, Simon Woodruff was part of the project, but he left. So because of that, I'm assuming Greg probably has new things he wants to implement.
Or just change up the whole
thing.
Yeah.
So that's probably what's causing the huge delay.
Yep.
It was first showed off, and I guess they want to make sure it's good, which I get.
Damn.
But man, like this was the trailer, which I don't know if you remember. It was the graphics were kind of like cell shadish.
Yeah.
It took place in like a huge world type of thing.
Yep.
It was all grass with trees and stuff like that. It was a bunch of like people running around. That was pretty much the trailer, and that was the only thing they showed off. That was back in 2019.
Wow.
So yeah, we have to see how they're gonna change up nowadays.
Yep.
And see what happens, but. That's a long time.
It is a long time. We're gonna be worried about elections.
3 years.
You know, like we're not even focused on that, man. Oh my god.
So I was like, as soon as I saw it, I was
2023 is
like,
already far.
Not even
2024 is like, bro, why didn't we talk about it?
exactly. I was like 23. Like I thought
That's
it would be,
why I didn't have an image. You didn't even mention it. That's probably because back in your head, it's like it's the release date issue. Like,
it was just funny. I wanted to say because it was funny that they would even say that. It's like,
God.
what was the whole point of it? Don't say anything.
yeah, right. But what I wanted to speak on very briefly, but at the same time, very important. Which, and if you follow us, you'll know that I retweeted, "Don't throw away your Xbox One yet." Because Microsoft does have a technology, which is Project xCloud, that would allow you to play some, not most, but some
Series
X and S games on your Xbox One.
which is actually pretty cool. That I saw that, I was like, oh, that's interesting. I didn't know it was some though. I didn't know.
Some, not all, not most, some.
Is Halo gonna be one of them?
It could be and very well be, but it's already in Game Pass as day one anyway.
Oh, okay, that's true.
So that's what you got to kind of think about. But That's their way of saying that any backwards compatible type of games that you have, well, now you don't even need to worry about that because it's going to be all in the cloud now. And you can play on your Xbox One totally fine. And that's great.
So they're not really. It seems like they're not even really there for like system console selling.
This cements
they're
that they're
focusing
now
mainly
not
on
focusing,
cloud,
yes.
cloud,
Services.
cloud. And,
Service,
services
service,
and
service.
cloud.
Yep.
Yeah, service.
Cloud, service, cloud, service,
Exactly.
cloud.
That's what they're focusing on. Which
Service, cloud,
it's a
service.
great way to future-proof yourself.
Absolutely.
Because let's say people may not want consoles in the future, which
I don't even have an
that's the
Xbox and I
future.
still pay for Game Pass Ultimate.
that's a future I don't want. But I understand people don't want consoles in the future. They want everything to be digital. Xbox already has their game, their head in the game already.
Yeah, they already got their
already
footprint.
put all in there. PlayStation is doing their thing, but you know how well they're doing.
Yeah,
with
yeah.
that.
It's like
But
You
Xbox
might
is
need
doing
a-
it
you know,
fantastically.
we love the hardware.
And if we
No-
get to the point that we're gonna get all digital, Xbox will already then
it's
Sony
Sony,
is like
and
behind there too. But
they could catch up, but like
they gotta do something.
They gotta
But
do something.
Xbox is doing good.
And what bothers me is they had the ecosystem baked in already.
They just
and
didn't-
before they had the
they did-
ecosystem, but it didn't look good.
They didn't do it
Now
well.
Microsoft is doing it. It's like PS5 is a Samsung, and the Microsoft is copying, and it looks like the Apple. They're doing it right, and then everybody follows suit.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the game plan that they're gonna follow, and they're doing it quite well. Can't knock them on that.
Yeah.
So now Sony has to play catch up with the things that they already had. Their PlayStation Now is already on TVs, already on phones, now on desktop, already on your PlayStation 3, 4. It's been there.
They
Oh
need
my
to work.
God! Like
yeah.
you could play online of all the games that PlayStation Now offers. Now Xbox is saying some of the Xbox Series S and X games will be playable on previous consoles via cloud. Will Sony answer back with that? We don't know. They're already busy trying to match the value of Game Pass Ultimate. Do you think we want to add something that's heavy like that? No, they're going to be focused on
Like
trying
I
to still
said.
sell the consoles by keeping it still exclusive.
Xbox is so far ahead when it comes to like streaming things like that the other companies need to do something about it because they're going to fall further and further behind because it seems like Xbox definitely has their hand on it.
Yep, and not to mention partnerships, as well as other publishers could become their own cloud consoles. So now Microsoft has died. It won't be consoles anymore. It'll just be a Microsoft, then a Sony, then a Nintendo,
And
then
well,
a
the only
Ubi,
thing
then
that
a
people
EA,
will need
then
is like dongles or even no dongles.
dongles to play everything, and then it now depends on what manufacturer is going to partner up, like Microsoft to EA. Now Sony's going to partner with whoever. Those are the partnerships because now it's going to end up being the actual cloud consoles, and it's crazy, but it's working now, and now they don't have to deal with hardware sales.
Yeah, that's why I don't think Xbox is focusing that
They're
much
not.
on it.
They're absolutely not. Their services is what's going to bring up their
It's
revenue.
like, investors are probably not happy now. Like, you're not selling systems. No, but we're selling this.
Yep,
Look
they're
how much
selling
money
Game
we're
Pass.
making with that.
Game Pass Ultimate is tied to PC, which you already rock with Windows and any console of Xbox. So
And
now
you
there's
know
Series
everyone has a
X,
PC, and
S,
everyone has a
everybody has a PC. And then you got yourself. Then we don't know what other series of Xbox is going to come out. Maybe Xbox Series Y is going to be way better than the X. And now you got Y, S, and X.
Yeah.
X, Y, S. We don't know.
Exactly.
But Game Pass Ultimate will always be the blanket in their ecosystem, and they're doing it very smart. Sony needs to answer back. So do not throw away Xbox One or the Xbox One X. It's still playable.
It's still playable. You'll
You
be able
still
to
might
play
be
your
able to
new
play
gen
your-
games, well, certain ones. So
Certain
it'll be
ones that
good.
we don't know, that's still undisclosed, but they did say that the technology they're pioneering will be Project X Cloud, which we don't know the official name, but it will be powered and it will be playing on the Xbox ecosystem via Game Pass Ultimate. Now let's go talk about Activision Blizzard. I want to keep this very, very, how would I say this? Very much quiet, but at the same time, very knowledgeable. I don't know how I'm going to do that.
Yeah, I'm like, how you
But, so they were in hot water when they found out the CEO was getting a big ass check,
155 million.
155 million to himself, while cutting off and slashing jobs and lowering his salary.
People hate that.
Activision Blizzard just recently said that they postponed the vote of shareholders to see what is going to happen with Activision Blizzard.
Yeah, they postponed it a week.
A week. And the reason why is because details are now emerging that the CEO, Bobby Kotick,
Kotick.
yeah.
Bobby Kotick.
What they did, and it's bad, but it was smart.
I mean, it's a big CEO. Of course, they're gonna find loopholes and things.
When
Figure
the
out how to make
company's
money.
getting hit, and they want to show that they care, and to make it so the CEO's not bringing in all that, right? They're gonna cut their salary. Tom Brady did that in football. He cut a salary because their team was not getting the wins that they
Well,
wanted.
the funny thing is, Nintendo actually cut their salaries too.
Yeah. So
They do. If they're not having a good year, they did that with the Wii U.
Yeah.
They cut their salaries in half.
Yeah.
Because the Wii U was not doing well.
yeah. No, but this dude cut his salary, right? They cut his salary. So made the CEOs, made the investors go, hey, it's cool. He cut a salary. They're going to do what they need to do to make sure things happen. No.
Nope.
Then they rewrote his contract to allow him to make easier targets that were manageable within that climate and pay dumb money that will offset his costs in the company. So they lowered the salary, but let's hit some, I won't say soft goals because their revenue, whatever the case is, were a little low. So he cut a salary and then they adjusted their targets. But the targets had a dumb amount of bonuses and payouts to him only. So they're trying to say, look, they were misleading because he did cut a salary. He cut a salary. He appeased the investors. He did it. Just so you know. But we just went ahead and just rearranged a couple of bonuses and promotions that only him and him can only have. And he did hit the target. So the company performed well. We didn't lie to you, investors. We didn't lie to you guys. We hit our targets. We just gave the CEO the same amount of money that he cut as a bonus and incentives.
It's so bad.
So that's how shady that is.
It's so shady.
But technically, they showed the confidence in the investors.
They did. I mean,
But now they're going to be voting and seeing what's going to happen.
Well,
And I feel
basically-
that it's going to go downhill.
well, basically, what they're saying, like, it might not change. Basically, what they're saying is what the point of them doing this is, it's non-binding. Their vote, the
Yep.
people who vote. That means that the CEO could do whatever the fuck he wants because these are not. But for the future, it will change things. So things like this won't happen again.
Then he's gonna step down.
We'll see
He's gonna
what
step down.
happens. And also, 86% of the shareholders already voted. It's the 14% that's
Yeah.
holding their votes right
Yeah.
now.
So that is crazy. But the fact that I didn't realize they could have a vote as such. But I bet you with this, he's gonna end up stepping down.
Probably what's going to happen because it seems
Because
like...
you're not just a CEO in the company. You're representing other developers that tie into a video game industry, and you have one of the most popular franchises in video game history, aka, well, there's two. Blizzard, for one, and then Call of Duty, which is under Activision umbrella.
Yeah.
So you're rocking two of the best income-generating games to publishers and developers, and to rewrite and answer to everybody that I reduced my salary, it's fine. And I hit my targets. So confidence within our company is still there. I just get paid a lot of money doing it. That's shady.
Exactly.
So I feel like in the future, it's going to be good. He's going to step down.
That's probably what's going to happen.
In a nutshell, that's what Activision Blizzard. By next week, we'll find out. And who knows, maybe they might make the announcement and say that he might step down.
Who knows? But all I know is that's pretty much it, and that's shady.
It is shady.
It's shady.
It's very,
But
very, very shady.
it's also a big company and a CEO. They're always known to do shady things. So
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not completely shocked, but it's still shocking.
Yeah, because we know they can manipulate a lot of things.
Of course they do. They're CEOs for a reason.
And he
they
did
know
it,
how to
he
figure things out.
finessed it very boldly.
They're CEOs for a reason. They know what they're doing. They know what to do to make more money in their pockets.
Like we as a football nation in New England. We've seen Tom Brady doing it, and the team's still lacking. We could understand his frustration because he's not getting the output he needs, and he's taking
leader.
the cut.
He's the one who's
he's not a team leader, but he's he's the QB for one. Obviously, he's throwing the balls to get the points, but like he's a GOAT, and he knows exactly what needs to be done. But they're just not executing, and in order for them to I'm not a football connoisseur, but basic is if you're not going to keep winning, you're going to keep losing and take L's. Your salary cap is going to go low. The amount of money that you already have. So they got to make certain cuts to make certain trades because every person, every athlete is worth a set amount of money, especially coming from. When they're free agent, meaning they have no contract, now they have an amount that they're worth based on their numbers that they put in for the past year or the past 5 years, whatever. So Tom Brady took that cut so the team could get more people and finesse it well, or he wants to go get other teammates. But it's not like he turned around and got bonuses after the fact.
Exactly.
No. This man, as a CEO, is like, I'm gonna cut my salary to make sure y'all are good. That's why I'm getting my bonuses.
That's why I like what Nintendo did too, because literally they cut their salaries, but that's it. They didn't go any secret thing like, no, we're cutting our salaries because we know it was during the Wii U days.
Yep.
We know we're not selling well on the Wii U, so we're cutting our salaries.
And it's crazy because in the industry, that is something that's common practice.
It is,
and it's something that the industry looks and goes, all right, we get it. What can they do next? What could they do next? We know they're suffering and they're bleeding, but we're going to see what they can do next. Mm-hmm. And that's it. Again, you said all they do is cut salary. They don't do anything else.
No, that's it. Just cut salary. Because that's how it's supposed to be. You're not going to cut salary, then be like, oh, I'm cutting this salary, but I'm going to find a way to get my own thing, so I'll make even double what I was making before.
Yep.
But it's legal.
Yep. How was it again?
It's legal.
Yeah, that's it. It's legal. And the way they do it is legal. And as long as they told the shareholders it is what it is, they ate it up. And now that they're seeing it, they're like, that's kind of messed up. Mm-hmm. We could look into some, we'll see the update on that, but we're going to go to some breaking news here.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because our topic mainly was about E3. And I know a lot of people checked out the videos. Again, you could check out our reactions. We did Microsoft. I got to do the copyright claim. We did Xbox, Bethesda, and Square Enix. So go ahead and take advantage of that here. I don't think.
Oh, that's what happened with them. They got copyrighted. Yeah.
Copyright claim, reaction, and I don't know the turnaround time. So, so when those that seen it was just on the live stream, because people want to just see the live stream as a whole. That's fine. Nothing really. I think, yeah.
Yeah, it's been, because E3 literally just happened, so everything just trickled. So sorry, next week we'll probably start getting some more
news and more. I think, all right, so what we're going to say is, what we're looking for next week, that's E3 type related. And I'm thinking Sony's going to announce something of an event that they can show off.
That's what I'm thinking too. Honestly, I've been hearing rumors that they might have some kind of event or something next month. But that's rumors. I'm not sure if that's the thing.
Take that with a grain of salt.
Take that obviously with a grain of salt.
We know that EA whatever that's
it's happening next month.
Is going to be next month, July 16th.
And obviously they're going to show Madden, FIFA,
FIFA, who
Battlefield,
knows? 25 minutes on Battlefield. Oh, so maybe it's a Battlefield Navy. What?
No, I said maybe.
Yeah, maybe they're going to do that.
Well, they already showed it in Xbox. I don't know if they will.
No, they're going to show the actual gameplay in action.
Oh, okay.
So their modes in action. They just only give us descriptions. Okay. They'll show off in action how it looks.
Well, they definitely show FIFA. They're going to show. Does basketball? EA basketball, right?
No, they did.
Oh,
NBA Live.
Oh, so they won't do that.
They got.
So I'm trying to think. What else would they show by EA? New Sims, maybe?
Another Star Wars type of game that they'll show off.
Oh yeah, I forgot they own Star Wars, don't they?
They'll show off something.
I forgot they own Star Wars.
Maybe bank on the partnership with Xbox and what you could do. Maybe another update, or maybe the EA Play is gonna be smoother experience with the Xbox Game Pass, or maybe announced Game Pass will be who knows? Maybe Xbox Game Pass within that week will be showing the announcements of the dongle, and then it might show off gameplay of EA games playing on the dongles and the apps and all that stuff. They could do that too.
That's something. Yeah, it could be something.
They could do that too. I don't know what else. Could be a new IP for EA.
You think?
No, they might announce more paywalls.
I was about to say they'll announce, here's a new mobile game where we can take all your money from. Yay! It's cute though, so you can spend your money on cute things.
Called Money
Yay.
Snatchers. Well, they might show off the success of It Takes Two, maybe another downloadable content. That is 3A, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
I just got announced that it's pushing a lot of numbers and is might be surpassing his first game, No Way Out.
Oh yeah.
It is EA, yep. So they're gonna probably show off another DLC package and
That'd be
thanking
pretty cool.
everybody. Maybe Joseph might show up there, which will be quite hilarious to see.
I mean, his crazy ass self.
His crazy ass, hell yeah. He'll show up because that's a game that we didn't realize how popular it was.
It did well. That's what I'm saying.
And it's doing well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's
doing
aiming
well.
to surpass his previous game, No Way Out.
I'm just wondering. I'm just curious, like, because every time he shows off something live, just something goes wrong.
It's great. That's called television. So
something.
keep doing what you're doing.
He is something.
He is something, man. If everything blows up, I would love to have him, invite him, give him a little drink here and there. We just shoot the shit. Because that dude is hilarious, awkward, and super live. Sometimes you just want to dial him down, like, hey, bruh. But
Especially
no.
that incident with the Game Awards.
Oh yeah, that was his vintage. That was yes. Jeff Keighley was super awkward, but he handled it well.
Super awkward.
Or at least he tried to. At least.
Oh, that incident. That was so funny.
Yeah. So yeah, with E3, but I want to see what Sony's gonna do. Something
kinda
that's gonna
curious,
show
too.
off something of some sort. Because at this point, based on how E3 and the games that Xbox and Bethesda has lined up and Nintendo lined up, it seems to me that Sony needs to pull something out of that bum.
Yeah, it
polio
doesn't seem like
or
Xbox
something of
doesn't have a
sorts to
ton
build some
this
value
year.
to get you a PS5
Xbox
this holiday season.
Xbox doesn't have a ton this year except for Halo and Forza, which it seems like it's like that every
and
year.
Bethesda games.
Well, Bethesda.
It's all Game Pass.
The two
That's just it, it's all
the two
Game Pass.
Bethesda games are not coming out till next year.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we don't know about Elder Scrolls, but Starfield's not coming out till next year. So,
Yeah.
what does PlayStation have exclusive coming out later this year?
Horizon.
We don't know if that's coming out this year. Remember, we don't know. So
Horizon.
If let's say Horizon does not come out, Sony is screwed unless they have a a conference coming out.
Deathloop.
Oh yeah, that does come out this year, and that
Not
is
as
exclusive.
big, but it is exclusive.
It is exclusive. So yeah, if that were to come,
No God. Again, Sony has to build some form of value to get people to
that's what
buy
I'm trying
the
to
game
think.
the
Because I'm
holiday
trying
season.
to think. Because Ratchet and Clank just came out.
Yep. So that's rocking. That's fine. But
What
when it comes to
else?
holiday, you're not competing with Halo Infinite. You're not. People are going to be buying Xbox Series X and S for that pure fact. Even if you have Game
what
Pass
game do you
Ultimate.
think would go against that? That Sony could release. Let's say it's not announced yet. What game would it have to be for it to at least be on par or beat Halo?
Horizon.
You think?
I think Horizon has a good cult following.
You think
to bring in the numbers.
Horizon is big enough to beat Halo?
But it won't have in the long run, Halo's going to be better only
Well,
because it's a
obviously.
multiplayer, it's a first-person shooter. You can't really compare a first-person shooter, addictive gameplay type deal
Well,
to
that's
an
what I was
adventure.
thinking.
But
What do
there
you
is a
think?
core fan base.
Yeah.
So in Horizon, that means people will be
Because
driven
we
to
know
get
God of
PS5.
War is not coming out till next year. We already know that.
Yeah, so that we're not even going to talk about that. Deathloop, that could be another one because that dual sense
It's
control
not
and the
gonna
way
be-
Deathloop's
it's
going
not gonna be Halo.
But it's going to be something that people are going to be getting a PS5 and drive themselves to get.
I could see that, yeah.
We don't know anything about any Final Fantasy. We don't know anything of sorts.
So
of,
literally, if let's say they do have something next month, let's say if they
it's got to be something with value. It's me. It's been me.
So let's say if they do have something, that would mean that it's a possibility that if the conference is next month, it'll be able to announce something during then, and we could possibly have something for next year. I mean for the holiday season.
It's gotta.
Hopefully,
It's gotta be value. Something of value the competition of Game Pass and Game Pass Ultimate is gonna be the reason why you're getting the PlayStation 5 this year. And icing on the cake is Horizon, and that's lightweight. Unfortunately, that's lightweight.
Yeah, it's not. I don't
not
think
epic.
it's. What do you call that word?
They could announce
It's not
something of.
blockbuster. It's not blockbuster.
Okay,
yet.
maybe they could announce something of gameplay of Venom to tie in, or maybe a downloadable content is going to release this year tied to Spider-Man with Venom. I'm just thinking outside the box here. Could be.
We just got to see what's going to happen because, yeah, Microsoft
As
already.
Sony boys we are, we know
Nintendo
when to take it
is
out, and I think
perfectly
this year's going
fine.
to take
Nintendo
it.
has a bunch of games that
Oh,
come
yeah.
out. Nintendo, we're not even including them because we know they're going to win.
and
We already know.
and their price point of the system as a whole. They didn't even announce the Switch Pro. Where did it go?
They
See what I'm
didn't
saying?
need
They don't
to.
need
They
to.
didn't need to.
They didn't need to. They were like, all right, here's the games, boom, boom. Oh, yeah, we're going to have just another system that has a 4K, and it can go up to a 4K OLED. That's it. Like, we don't care. They're going to get the Switch that's cheaper and go play all the
it's
games
like,
that
yeah,
come
we're
out.
not like. Then that's why they're not worried about a new
No, they're
system
not.
yet. They're probably going to announce it either later this year or early next year.
Switch is gonna
because
sell to
right
sell.
now it has a bunch of games all this year coming out.
Yep.
They'll be fine.
They'll be fine. We just want to know what Sony's going to do. And again, the only thing I can think of is building a value of competing a Game Pass and enticing customers to buy the PlayStation 5 and get you this service because it's going to be the bee's knees.
Because even I will admit, they don't really have anything coming this holiday season.
No, it could have been a God of War, but we all know. And then Horizon might be delayed.
It might be because he's not 100%.
What else? Are we missing something for Sony?
That's what I'm trying to think. Because I don't think there's anything else. Except with Deathloop, but it's not that big. Let's be real. It's a new IP.
Oh, they
We
could
don't
do
know.
something with Naughty Dog.
Or they can't do Uncharted. I think that's already done.
Last of Us 2, Last of Us.
Well, they already
something,
released
a
Last of
remake
Us 2,
something.
but maybe a remake or a PS5 version of it, maybe. I'm just trying to think what Sony's gonna have because I'm running out of things, and I love Sony. I'm trying to
that's what I'm saying.
figure out.
We know when we're going to take an L, and I think this year again they're going to have to show off another value and then go
Because
from there.
honestly, if Sony doesn't release anything, it's gonna be between
It's gonna be Xbox
and Nintendo.
It's going to be Xbox year this year. This most definitely because
It's gonna be
Halo.
Xbox versus
Unless if
Nintendo.
Halo gets pushed back yet again somehow, some way.
Because they did say holiday. That means they didn't have a specific date.
It's usually September or November.
It's probably going to be November, but I don't like it when they say holiday because that doesn't give me a date,
It doesn't give you a firm date.
which means it could be delayed.
Yep.
If they give you a date, it's more likely it won't get delayed.
Yeah, it could, but it most likely will not.
But this one only says holiday. So that does get me worried that is Xbox only game this year going to be Forza? Like main title game?
Yeah.
Then that means it's
That means this
everyone
whole year is
except-
going to be
except
literally
Nintendo.
going for getting the systems that are now could be somewhat available for value, and the fact that you got the system. And then
Because it seems like
2022 is going to
because
be
if that's the
games.
case, then Nintendo won because they have like 4 main titles coming out of the
Yeah.
system this year.
Yep, and plus games that you already can get from Xbox and PlayStation, you can get right on the Switch. So that pretty much wraps up our episode. my
Yeah,
friend.
that's what
I
we
think,
would
I
do.
think episode 15 was very much E3 recap in our opinions.
Recapping E3, yeah.
Yeah, so we, Outlandis says Nintendo took it this year.
That's
which
what I think,
I will
honestly.
agree. Xbox did show off very well with the
I'm not
Bethesda.
going to deny Xbox had a good showing.
Yes.
But in my opinion, for my taste and what I like, Nintendo, hands down.
Absolutely. All right, so like, subscribe, notification bell every Friday. There's no other live streams we got going, so I don't think we're going to be
No,
having any more
there's-
live streams.
no,
But
I think it
make
is-
sure you see our actual videos we put up each and every week to get you from the segments of our live stream and TikTok as well, so check that out as well. Again, like, subscribe, comment. We're on Twitter, we're on Twitch, we're on YouTube, we're on Facebook, TikTok, everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Everything.
Everything. Everything. Episode 15, B.o.P Gaming. Peace.
Peace.